Thank you very much for coming out here today to celebrate Station 3 grand opening. If you hadn't had a chance to go to the old one and look inside, maybe you ought to do that and then just come in here and just see how amazing this facility is. And it's incredible. You know, the old facility was made, constructed in 1967. You know, back then, Las Cruces was a small city, 35,000 people, and you know, it was adequate. We only had 3 fire stations there. You know, before I began, I just realized something. I need to recognize a few people who I refer to as my board of directors, because without them, nothing gets done. So let me just introduce Mayor Pro Tem Cassandra Gandara. Councilor Abeta. And you're going to be hearing from her, the district councilor for District 4, Councilor Johanna Bencomo. And if there was a position called Chief Executive Officer, there isn't, but if there was, that's our city manager, and that's Ifo Pili in the back. Are there any ACMs here, assistant city managers? Oh, there, Hikani Tamopeo. Eric's got to be here, right? I mean, you got the former fire chief, probably helped put this on the map, so Eric Enriquez. So that's our team. What in the heck is that? Are you guys messing with me, or what is that? But anyways, I just want to tell you how incredible, and also to you, many of you, the voters out there who use our GEO bond to build this great facility. I think this is the first time we've ever had a GEO bond that I'm aware of build a fire station. It's possible that it could have happened several years ago, but I'm not aware of any, let's say, in my last 30 years. And that's incredible for our residents, and a big round of applause to our residents for approving this. Of the 35 million or so, 6.2 was used to build this facility. And I have to tell you something. I want to tell Jaynes Corporation that's pretty good price for this beautiful building. You know, Jaynes has built our city hall. They built our convention center. They built our aquatic center. They built this. They built a few other places. But let me tell you something interesting about Jaynes and why I really like what they do. I like how they stand behind their work. So usually they put a 1-year warranty on things, and City Hall started leaking almost towards the end of 1 year. And after about 2 or 3 years, it got pretty bad. But you know what? They just came through, fixed it, to my knowledge, at no cost, and that's huge. And so, I mean, this is quality workmanship. So let's give a big round of applause to Jaynes Corporation. You see the design firm, Decker, Parrish, and Sabatini. Are they here? Good job. All right, good. Well, I just also want to take a moment to... we got to find out what this is. We got to get a new one of these. Or is this the fire department's? I want to take a quick moment to our brave men and women of Las Cruces Fire Department. Oh, and the chief's here, Chief Jason Smith. I want to tell you, and you'll be hearing from him in a moment, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart and the hearts of our council members as well as our residents, thank you for all that you do, you and your families. You put your lives on the line every day for us. We can't thank you enough, and this is the best we can do. At least make sure that you have a comfortable, beautiful work environment while you're here, while you're out protecting the city 24/7, 365. We can't thank you enough. There's places already signed there in heaven for you all, but thank you so much for what you do here for us here in Las Cruces, and God bless you and your families, and please be careful. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our next speaker. You want to give a round of applause for our next speaker for District 4, Councilor Johanna Bencomo.
Thank you, Mayor. Hello, everyone. Yes, clap. I'd be happy to wait a while people take seats. There's plenty of seats. Barbara De Leon, everybody. The real boss, if you ask me. Okay. Welcome to District 4, everyone. Why don't we give it up for another round of applause for this incredible building. The first time that I visited Fire Station 3 was in February of 2020, right after I'd been sworn in, which at this point feels like a decade ago, frankly. Then Deputy Chief Smith, Lieutenant Gabe Sanchez, and the rest of the crew were incredibly welcoming. They shared with me many things about their everyday jobs here. But one of the things that stood out to me the most was the love that they have for that fire station. The sentimental attachment that many of them who come here have for that station. And it was really beautiful to see. However, they did share with me all the ways in that fire station no longer works for them. Wowza, Mayor, you are so right. They shared with me all the ways in which that fire station no longer serves their needs, nor the needs of our community. And honestly, then, the idea of this facility was just an idea. It felt really far away. The reality of it felt like it was never going to happen. And now, here we are, standing in this gorgeous facility. And I honestly couldn't be more proud. So today, for me, feels like a day of gratitude. Gratitude for the fire crews of Station 3 and your families for your brave work and commitment to our communities. So thank you for that. And like Mayor said, also gratitude for the Las Cruces voters because they made this happen. We made this happen in 2018. This multi-million-dollar public safety project happened because of you, the voters. Otherwise, without Go Bonds, these kinds of projects might not happen otherwise. This station provides fire protection, emergency medical services, prevention education, across the west side of Las Cruces, which includes residential neighborhoods. It includes 3 schools, MacArthur, Picacho Middle School, and Mayfield High School. Countless small businesses, industrial parks, motels, truck stops, the Detention Center, Interstate 10. So its scope of service is very wide. This is why Go Bonds are such an important source of funding for basic capital improvement projects. Like I said, that might not be able to happen otherwise. This microphone. And honestly, Go Bonds are a necessary need for our growing community so that we may thrive. And I am happy to say that all the Go Bond projects from 2018 will be completed almost in the timeline, right? Because we want to commit that to our voters. We committed that to our community, and that's what we're going to deliver. And so I also want to express immense gratitude for public works staff and for our contract partners. Who are working diligently despite all of the setbacks due to the pandemic to stay within that timeline. And because of that, because we are a responsible city using Go Bonds, we are seeking the voters' support again to approve $23 million in Go Bonds this cycle. All of that ensuring that our property taxes do not increase because of this request to the voters. Public input is happening right now, so I highly encourage you to participate and let us know what you think our community needs, what your neighborhood needs. And those questions would be on the general election ballot on November 8th. But I really did want to say that it takes every single one of us to ensure that the quality of life by Las Cruces is prosperous and safe. And so I really want to thank you again for the voters for approving this project back in 2018. I want to thank you for your support for whatever Go Bond projects may come up this year. And I want to thank you for being here and for supporting our fire crews, for supporting the station. And I'm excited to now welcome our new chief, Chief Smith.
Sorry? I'll try to conquer the podium issues. So I'm really excited to really introduce everyone to Fire Station 3, even though earlier, as Councilor Bencomo pointed out, I kind of didn't have that expression on my face, but it's kind of like being the bridegroom, right? Like we're opening up a new station, and we're marrying the department to it for the next, hopefully, 7,500 years, if DPS did it right. They said yes, so we're good. Good warranty. So really, just thank you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the station. First, I do want to recognize some of our retirees that are here. Battalion Chief Rusty Smith is here. If you go next door, pay attention to the landscaping. He shoveled every rock over there at that station. That is a true story. So. And Rusty retired as Deputy Chief. I forget how many years ago now, but it was too soon. We also have retired Fire Chief Adolf Zubia in the back. Thank you, Chief, for being here. And as the mayor already pointed out, Eric Enriquez is our most recent former fire chief who promoted up to ACM. So thank you, sir. Oh, thanks for pointing it out. Deputy Chief Andrew Bencomo, who retired, he's here as well. So thank you, sir. I think anybody else hiding in the back? All right. Not seeing any hands. We're good. So Station 3, built in 1967. Right now, this year, they're averaging 16 calls a day for service. So that's over 16 hours every day dedicated to responding to, documenting, and preparing for the next call. It is a busiest station. It's the third busiest of our 8 stations. Sorry, guys, you're number 3 right now, but only by 15 calls. So it's that close. They are that busy. They serve all of our points in the city this side of the railroad tracks. So everything here on the west side all the way up to Station 7 at the airport is their primary response district, and they do a great job serving our community. The station here is actually going to be staffed by Engine 3, as you see behind me, also Squad 3, which is one of our ambulances, and pretty soon Battalion 1, who is our supervisor for the West Battalion of Stations 1, 2, 7, and 3, will be moving here. It's important to also note that some of our staffing was recently funded through a SAFER grant, so a Staffing for Adequate Fire and Emergency Response grant, federal dollars, spent to hire actually 9 new employees for our city. So we brought that into the district. It's really showing that we're putting a lot of effort and a lot of money and focus on this part of our community and serving them well. But firefighters, they spend a lot of time here. So we have 21 firefighters that will be assigned here out of our 174 sworn firefighters. They spend a lot of time in this station, 48 hours at a time, and it becomes their home. And I want to try to explain a little bit about that to you today. So as you walk through, you can understand why we appreciate this station so much, why this becomes more than just a station. It's a house. It's a firehouse, and it's their home. So every day we're here. Our families visit us here, our friends. It's where we spend our holidays when we can't be at home because we're here serving. It's where we cook. It's where we share laughs together. It's where we train, where we work out, where we get better at doing our job. But it's also the place we come back after the hard calls, and we talk to each other about what we've seen and how to get through that. So it's very important. You'll see some of those things that have been incorporated into the station that help us feel at home instead of it just being at a building. The firehouse is what I like to think of. It's where our oath to serve takes shape. It represents the service for our community that we carry in our hearts, and that's why it's so important. So I definitely want to thank the DPS team for their design, taking the ideas of our firefighters that were staffed here and turning it into this building that you see today, this home for them while they're away from their families. For the community, I think it says this is what the Amador Proximo can look like. We're saying this area of town can be on the cutting edge of investment. It can be a commercial center. It can be a place for families to be raised, and we want to bring that here. I also want to thank our project team, Tony, Sridevi. Thank you very much. This is Sridevi's tower you see behind us. So if you ask why this tower is still in the plan for us to train and to use, it's because of you, and thank you. Thank you to our city management team for helping lead this through the GeoBond effort and actually turning this into a reality. I know it wouldn't be here without our city management team and also without the support of our city councilors. Councilor Bencomo, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem, Councilor Abeda, thank you for your continued support. And Mayor, for seeing that we can invest in our fire department who are out here serving with a servant's heart every day. So most importantly, to close, I just want to thank our firefighters for making this possible, those that have come before us and served, and those that will come after us, for continuing to lead the way by service. And then to our community for voting yes on this project and making this a home. So thank you.
Thank you. And with that, I would like to invite the Greater Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce and the Green Chamber of Commerce up here for us to do the ribbon cutting.
And we are honored to be able to participate with our friends at the Greater Las Cruces Chamber to celebrate the opening of Fire Station number 3. And just to give you an idea, we're actually going to have several of you come up. We're going to move the podium back, right? And we're going to have everybody stand here that needs to be part of this, because as we've heard from Councilor Bencomo and Fire Chief, that this was really a community effort. And when we do a ribbon cutting, the idea is to celebrate a new chapter, a new venture, a new event in either a business or an organization's life. And so that's why we're here today, to celebrate via ribbon cutting. And it's kind of also nice to have the pictures and, of course, the big scissors to be able to do this. And so what we'll do is Debbie and the Green Chamber and the Greater Chamber will read our proclamations first. And then what we'll do is we'll move the podium back. So there is a cell phone up here that I think belongs to Mandy. You might want to make sure you get that. We're going to move the podium back and have everybody stand in front. Okay, because it's really about the pictures, right, Denise? It's about the pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and read mine first, okay. And then you'll go ahead and speak. Is that all right? Or do you want to go ahead and speak before we do? Okay. All right. Here it is. The Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce is pleased to support the groundbreaking for Fire Station number 3. Let it be known that the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce works to foster the success of local economies and promote businesses committed to the triple bottom line. The triple bottom line is a belief that a successful business or organization looks at 3 bottom lines: investing in people, protecting our air, land, and water, and creating sustainable profits. As an advocate for economic development, supporting local economies, and protecting residential neighborhoods, industrial parks, motels, and interstate highway from devastating fire damage and injury, and covering MacArthur Elementary, Picacho Middle School, and Mayfield High School, the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce will assist and support the City of Las Cruces and Fire Station number 3. With this proclamation, we extend our support, congratulations, and great success to the City of Las Cruces and Fire Station number 3, signed and dated this Thursday, April 21st, by Pam Hett, the Chair of the Board of Directors for the Green Chamber, and myself, the CEO and President. And I'm going to hold on to this, but we're going to give it to one of you to hold, just to let you know. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Debbie Moore, President and CEO of the Greater Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce. And as I look around at you officers, I think we don't know, I can tell you by experience, and I hope I can get through this, we don't know you're there until we need you. So you're leaving an imprint on the citizens of Las Cruces. Every time you go to a call, the EMTs, the fire, trust me, the imprint is on my heart. So I salute you. Congratulations on your beautiful station. It's a wonderful day to celebrate Las Cruces and our fire department. At this time, Caroline Zamora is going to read our proclamation.
I just want to say thank you for being here today, and that I appreciate all of our first responders. I'm a third-generation Las Cruces, and so I really love coming to these types of events where we know that good things are happening for our community. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. All right, ambassadors, you all know what to do. We, the ambassadors of the Greater Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce, do hereby proclaim this day a day of celebration and new beginnings, and those new beginnings have marked the continued development of Las Cruces as a proudly diverse community rooted deeply in family, traditions, opportunity, and these new beginnings have brought us together to advance prosperity and the successful future of our community, and we proudly come together to dedicate this new building to the continued protection and emergency medical services of West Las Cruces. Therefore, we wish to officially congratulate Fire Station number 3 on the beginning of their new chapter and opening the doors of their new home after 55 years of dedicated service. Signed this 21st day of April in the year of our Lord 2022, Greater Las Cruces Chamber of Commerce, Craig Buchanan, Chair of the Board of Directors, Debbie Moore, President and CEO, and myself, Caroline Zamora, Chair of the Ambassadors. Hear, hear.
So let's move to the podium, and then I won't need the podium. So just for you, so what we're going to do are a couple of stage photos first. So we're going to pretend to cut.
Run